So I was asked to, if anybody knew how to thread a sewing machine. I do, so I don't know why I can't help show you. This is, I talked about in some of the other videos I did that, you know, maybe you'll have your grandmother's or your aunt's sewing machine. This is my mother's sewing machine, and I don't know whose it was before hers, but it's probably a 1950s Singer, but it still works. So you put your bobbin on here, thread goes through this little hole on the top. It's a guide. You take your string straight down, and there's a little circular knob and with a couple discs. You want to put the thread through that disc, and there's a little wire. It's a spring. After you loop it, you'll be able to move that spring down. There's another little bar right here. It's another guide. You take your string up, you put it through this arm, and sometimes it's down and you can't see it. Just move it so that you can. Then you go down through the secondary guides down the outside, and there's always a little piece of metal that kind of looks like a hook. You want to catch your string on the underside of that. That helps keep the thread so that it goes in line with the needle. And then you thread the needle. I don't have a needle for this machine. I'm sure I do someplace. I need to find it. While I'm at it, though, I thought it might not be a bad idea to show how to thread a bobbin, or thread the small bobbin that goes down in the bottom here. And of course, this sewing machine, this is how I think it has to happen. I've never actually done it. You run your string back through that little loop, and there's a little kind of wheel down here on the bottom. You actually loop it across that. You put your string through a hole on your bobbin. Whoops. And you see this little piece? This will fit on. And there's a little lock to keep it so that it'll spin. You pull this lever down, and on most machines you can loosen. There's a wheel that will loosen on the back. And now if I hit my pedal, and all of a sudden it starts to thread. Now you want to, on old machines, you want to keep your hands back. There's belts, there's all kinds of things. Just watch your hands. But you spool up your bobbin, and that's probably enough just for what we're doing for a little demonstration. Take it off. You tighten back your wheel so that everything will move. And this is a little bobbin case. This goes inside of here. There's a little cut right here. You'll see 2 screws and a little piece of metal that goes over the top. You loop it through and slide it under those guides. When you do that, it makes the bobbin so that it only releases so much. It's kind of there's a spring in there. But once you're done with that, let's see. I hope you guys are getting this. There's a case down here. This is where this fits. And you go in and you put it, and it's not an easy fit. Goes in and you're done. You got to replace this piece, and you're ready to sew. Now this is a 1950s machine. I'm going to do another video on my Kenmore. It's a little bit more complicated. I mean, sewing machines are sewing machines. They all do the same thing. Okay?